babu ama Kolebu etime jana na so
say dog so feel ho dia e be
feel ba
cross why adwuma wo pen and no problems e wo ho no
but those answer now over start interview no me Jane said Kolebu the 100 years it doesn't defeat the state of a 100-year hospital. Kolebu
and right 2 days ago Tuesday so we doctor no better have
yeah
you know can room and say yeah only buy
no see a former your friend say Ghana Medical Association general secretary also you come Kolebu and no say on we meeting be then deputy minister and health Tina Mensa na okwakoya de Kolebu honum and okache ne say maternity ward hono o make sure say it's very bad and the 100 years of whatever Kolebu no make sure say come back
so how can be kan
I don't know even
call maternity ward honum also we dey say to me we try to go on my phone so very bad and Kolebu the premier hospital but the dog where there
who me say answer na Kolebu akwakoye to say premier university of Ghana
teaching hospital
before you do call teaching hospital and you referral and how they call but when you get to baby you dey work on a more bed it doesn't really make sense
so you bed kwa now come much na guy you could try guy say TV could try god na sindiba
yes
Kolebu there nti dog there will adwuma ya father say dog dey use PPP na mo dey Kolebu foforo am ti Kolebu
na no doctor betina 2 days ago betina catch say or say IGF Kolebu can do a lot of things
IGF in the papa dey come as much no
IGF Kolebu why you come work
dog why do me can
why you IGF Kolebu
me catch
the kind of and the deal is a course
me catch dog actually
yeah can some hasa
let's me catch
oh Ghana for na
so the money to me chele yes
obo man Kwabena dog Kwabena say
who ya pa monswe
yeah me adom ye who ya pa
let me say meeting mo ko ba no kra me crashing but na me mo pa about ya ko yi
yeah adwuma no what take ade bi I don't know if a positive or I shall say engage community na hospital no woman to the extent that we call some of the for no
me pictures
but I don't know why that maybe say
so my size is see
80
so no I'm stakeholders
it is an so be are same community
they be send there
a lot of things were meet me their boy
things of
tell bia because abase bia
na ti won they workers every day
I wish you can make me and come for 2 hours but the meeting yeah we arrange this meeting but that one I mean we are going to support you fully but because what there you share that investigation all the time
because last year I was there around about 4 months
solid
yes every day
we are every
day we are Kolebu because now my wife with the maternity so windows everything the money card the work ben so to baby leaking na make me dog a church is a dog haliki
na sana o ka say be video bi so 3 weeks ago
yes
chat word then there omoma off for 2 good hours na oxygen AC ebinum so
that's right I think so we should answer na dog but I think say dog as a health professional I think we need a general policy on the teaching hospitals and how we manage them because I say they see your Tamaleya health minister call we as a minister of health I say but minister Medjuma so can we maybe get a dedicated unit to be near manage so that teaching us about next year rage about Samuel but I cannot say rage the job and yes rage no who is here I think we need a policy to how to manage our teaching hospitals I think there should be a policy on how we can manage the teaching hospitals because as a German government to me either we are going to use competitive bidding to select people my private company I think say we call UK man they have trust on yes annual man I think say we need a model
Kolebu your friends are rage they are working next week I'll personally visit them because I've been there for 1 month. Now, Uza make I say Dr. James or more VIP crowd room. It's now one of me free call Juma or Hot FM.
Okay.
What I say? Very super. By that time now feel no more MP.
Those who can say and say parliamentary committee on health omo runs teaching hospitals you know omo take some government pay to some of the hospitals
go so they not feel be pay
and pictures that no even pay wait you see be to tell them so when they went to Kwabena teaching hospital no omo praise doctor no management you know say they have used the IG very well. I'm sure God is aware of all these things.
So you
need a policy on teaching hospitals no I think say to my bouncy we are how we manage them no they be na ban side you know this guy by emwa
only say omo manifesto no health no omo ka so person omo nya kolobuti say
UGMC
engineer na so
by CBC we
and enye densa 4 years underdog they have to
it's almost
they have to
we dey do a good work so
I don't know we na say we let it away there
so man you be are there
oh man you dey
that I come and say
yeah
then me say so honorable professor Dr. Titus Kofi Bayu. Is that the right name?
Yes, Bayu.
Wow. MP for Labunsi constituency and board chairman at the Makolabu Teaching Hospital. Ghana has say. I mean, Nyamie Shrano, being a board chair is not and easy. Ocean the board, and so you be a penny for also. There's so your board chair. Me who any more so no me who be a me who's a 1 year, sir. Me any moon chance will be a 1 year, sir. And she said, Yamiashan is any munyam we are under John Dramani Mahama is a praise and a dimenya coupon. Once again, a Kwaba.
Yeah, in ya.
A higher talk, a hamito.
Mintia a chief also.
A chief for Joseph.
Aye, Mintia, Minchama, me constituent, Namuse for.
Yeah.
And a Kolubu, my phone na, the child Muninazo.
Ubia Joseph. Dog tree, yes, sir.
Aye.
But is the place, first time ever, Setepe. A country has say, Obetina Konya former minister there.
It was so
so Kwabena for in Amuntie, Mamprobi, Mamma, you only say I hear more watching, and today be a one of the stories and a brave you two and a more cohonum. Yeah, was constant to say,
Naminadum, you cramuka kakra. Ejidi se bibia dadin ya nyame ya timi approve ya DC on your 100%
with your support.
Yes,
right? Okay.
Definitely.
Meaning say we don't need nkonya nwanchi
be a bonfire or minya pa or you know or no ye constituency secretary before. Our year partner manager no sense a very senior administrator.
It is a uja wachima no kra wunsu
means true.
We say DC for ni bi no. We betena kra wo ye minor jualo no wo say no twa was e bi na ye MPP for no twa
e bonfire
it is a wo has all that trust in there and they were chiboko
nyame wo ho
ni na no so say how also na be there
ebetena aye
yes
aye ni pakrona na yesomwo
yeah
nti constituency there na nsi yan so toye na di asem kakra bre
osumonya kakra
di fama kesi bi ba na
pepa dan so kakra
da debre a school dan ni nema eno na ade ma ye ho kire kakra but ja yara
wow
nti ama school abie ama
nti school dan bi so pie
completely. There was one school the whole school was off until the roofing sheet kakra come on almost say to baby nan kola now for the meantime, but we couldn't roof the whole school.
I think I'm the only journalist there. Once I did say me envy MPs. Say if you are with them, Philip, menka. Okay, say me try say the entire me say MPs. Any sky de bia me kana me young journalist. We do win muntia then. Okay, mine now be former MP are never tina hanani. Or war agree way. Oh, need so yes, feed Ghana. My first ever passport. Or na your man. Or no your NDC MP. And I me my first time I me be true coin. On only bank statement. And I made a support to my now me share bank statement and no me mobile. Bank statement.
No, and that from sir.
So unya kwai ko parliament.
Yeah.
Now one year minister. Na one ko committee papa so. Na they be make us ko parliament it say right dimoji. Yes, ko parliament it say wako senior high school first and na say wako university first. When you first year student, if you are able to connect yourself to some seniors are omo level bi a eno na timboa ba ko ya mempɛ me ho asɛm na atena si din wo de commentary parliament akofie ma honorable meboa sanity sika ni parliament sa
ejuma bia no menji ndi sɛ ko ho sɛ ko pesika dia wa anhwa a wani mbegu ase aha be ye nyema nsi sɛ wo ye it's public service say dem me hu say you are called to serve into kwa say be ya obesumu nkrofo enu nti na nipa kɔ ho na saa say obesumu yie no eno so hia sika wo hia amoa and dudu na say wo kɔsrɛ na de akɔche wo kɔsrɛ na de akɔche basically
your first time and now buy how many months in it?
Oh that be I didn't see you can hear 3 months simple
na usuku dan so akopawo nobody on your budget for that make us a crab bikura na wakatua papa bikura so nche da mayo once ababa your how at also so as for MPs I don't envy them but nyame be kan ho you get the favor from president and some ministers and I know you will deliver
by God's grace.
It is a nyame so do ko be 4 times 3 whatever do be kono the here so also be show hu ye na was small mine no yeah okay so constituency we dem ya ma ya akode nipa free money there that's most important
exactly
nipa free money there that's most important eti adofo amoso mo wo ho no so kakra o mo nsem ana mo abo amo MP na ja ye dey aton chance bi abodan no so na ye kama because na dodo na free o mo de aba bedru suru say enti enye ono nko anya so ye MP enti ye ono nko ane dia even you opposition pu na kakra o nsem na free ho just try to help
that's
good dog your time as a house officer and your time as a board chair Kwalebu difference na dey
Unima DB me say me started my house job for Kwalebu on the 4th of May and about exactly 15 well I say 16 years later on the 5th of May I returned to the same hospital
as board chair
to have a first meeting as board chair.
Wow.
16 years from when I started work there and well, in fact when I got home I'm saying wow is that what has happened? I can't believe this. Just
don't say what free not who names a day be back same day
yes
after some years and then you go there and have a meeting with them
in a different capacity.
That time now they call meeting for you to be part of the meeting, but now you are calling the meeting for people to be part of. So how our life is it here?
Yes.
And you are na ka udi abro wo ho, we say me say normal wo ho na udi nsem. Won say kan na ba beto na so. Afi na wo na wo be ye.
It's humbling and my bro ho ase no hu say nipa die nipa nsehwe nyama okwan bia fasom
nipa nsehwe
menya nipa nsehwe ya ye adwuma mpomudi ho adwuma no it's a fair sign to us say nipa nsehwe uni nipa tumudi nkoma na pay enwumre na oni ho
obi na ogina ne nchen
le hu sikani ohiani edu that level ayi na ye pe o nti obu e wo so de manipa no fama no odo a wo so manipa no famano wo mwa bi also the boy mia enya enkase wochina because we ni mochina asem
same situation now there kasa some doctors don't respect ebinom some nurses they talk to people anyhow so why adena wo kasa say are you not part of same doctors?
Oh, well I don't know but I would say you see we ejuma no na say if it dream who ye and you go with the correct motive now we should be every day from near wo ye no ho a be say nyame na de bibia keke you are not any different from nipa na wo hwe no a doctor for so than patients what I say me lecturer mint me money din me lecturer back me medical student ye call mortuary rotation ye call ye autopsy me call ye twi obi pie ya me lecturer wo lebon me ni se panel wo me hunu me machine
Jesus
first time who know that
obi o kire wade
o
kire wade we akọ ye no hu ni bie mu no
no that tables I be twitwa no
I
will manim ahwe de ekun no intino that's how the world is intino it should it was a brewase.
How was it when you saw the body?
It was traumatic. First meaning
we am show
I meaning so papa na film. You know, we are a very respected lecturer.
So you start to make you call business or no?
Because some go share me din. You say I didn't body they are born in home say I'm pam that ben. And my friend me mates they be. Obi the be so munim say papa no cry. And say no we and then do one we cry. No more than the say was say autopsy. Intino, I think the simple message any few way nyina mu say. When and I wouldn't go for kasa in the last days of Obia life, you know, and near me here no, any relationships. How said we see ne chi ne bushia na dofo say no what na ye Obi will regret her. That is the time. Obi no wa oda owo mpaso or drink sika or drink say or drink say into bitimi nya pose no kasa to say just say ono no yenyame but if you pan so hwe dem into bibia no e wo say ebre ho ase na ehu se nipa na ohia omo anne no wetin abasa ochina onu kwa ne bebo it's as simple as that
o nche da nya politician o
politician
first time here a politician and a doctor all kasa say you
that's how it here it's a yamemi some the kakra
wow
yeah
Yamisha
amen
oh by now they be on guide say they obetimi aye adwuma na so mo man I think ahobra say now so they are share no ye bompa say o nyam experience for politics no more no e be guide say ya na enko dachi bia no bo say we mo du ba bi na fi na
and come sister papa and come sister I mean for policy I feel my chassis but in my profession as a career no I've risen to the highest level in the medical profession but see the metia and I came in when I can as a house officer. I began my life was very, very, very simple. I lost my mom when I was like 4. By secondary school, I lost my dad. I struggled a lot with brain and I'm a boy and I'm a doctor. I've risen through the rank quickly to become a consultant, and I'm a gynecologist. So I'm a fellow of West African College, Ghana College, as a gynecologist. And I am a medical professor now. One of the youngest medical professors at the University of Ghana Medical School, but still, let me say, it's if what the real essence of life as here, don't say papa, and so why and Crawford we are, who say every opportunity that you have, so the best soon ni panel. Because who named that? That's all I can say.
45 minutes after 7. My name is Kwabena Owusu Agyemang, the governor. The way you started, I see in the brain was now you didn't come.
I'll be some questions. Don't worry.
With the Ahobrasier, every year, man, and enemy. Well, as usual, say Dr. Nyatam Kakrama there said they are Panibia Baha, your ma ubisa question, you know. Today should be a year corner, you call in, asking questions, not what answer. No, Yenshan Comonase.
Yeah.
Now you're the board chair,
at
the Mayababe politics kakra, but you're the board chair at the Makolibu Teaching Hospital. Men find say, nyame ya adune ne etim kwam na bibie ekoye ya more different positions say bia koye baby fofra over 4 years eda wanim and she then we have 3 years and some months a hefa na person for Kolibunu within this 4 years.
Okay, menka say so we say the women na djuma we obakofo ntimi nye ye hia obi amoa ye hia workers no moa ye hia management moa. The role of board may say you be strategic direction, guidance to management. No, my implementing your guide them. Let me the hospital na do be a PCA. But Osha Hospital edi 102 years.
102 years.
Because Kolebu 9th October 2023 and ye be Kolebu. Na oko abako se moi
2023 mu bia
and almost at 1923
and you be man be hospital. Okay,
at that time I must see hospital so more de ma Africans na Rich Hospital na the name no year for Europeans. So it was an African hospital like you see here. Because those days there was segregation, you know, Abrofuna before Nko Hospital back home. It was on the drawing board for a long time until Gordon Gorgesbeck.
Okay.
And no ben yiren ho no timi a complete hospital no no bia no. And na utie okọ abako so no hwe da ye bio kolebu anu 1923 na. And na ye share hospital say the tie na. That time hospital no e yes in tie dey. At that time na I for crowd mo bar program na se no e be full train and e buy baby yan and the one bet me do train about college
David
e be fi I came her side e be fi hifa so if e be fi eastern region so many her side me invite me na no be college ban e be the train e buy e see so mine na kasa say ko ye ni ma na e ko e chi bebre. Everybody, I was saying, future years should be better than as of that time. Kolebu had mechanism about OPD crana. Obiani na hon kaino. The system could tell how many people know about OPD. That time, 1923, 100 years today, and that's the same. So me answer a question now. Empire me body beyond say, and 4 years be doing, and now. Baby a bit me assume be do biana nipa house my man penny na smile. He says John Dramani Mahama in the Minister of Health. And I say yanko ye juma we. Nyame be ya duma. Nyame butaye ne say. Ye free sooner dear. Nanko bia nko du kolebo e be ka che ne say empanni ho. Wo de emergency be ka du kolebo e be ka say empanni ho ne de. Aka sa de no aka entwe.
One niece wade hu no.
No. And then the first one. Say obia emergency because
kasa ba ko a agye kolebu afa no bed no wani so ade hunu ne say enka wo no wo be free ho no na sa kasa na free ho ye twem because ya refer wo dru ho dia eso nya
o say show because you see as a doctor be kase kokolebu no just that doctor no wa ye ne hu bia
wasi
into ko na kase wo so ntimi ngina onkoi na say kan na UGMC aba na wo ni ska e bia wontimi ko na ye ka say UGMC omonje health insurance omonje normal health insurance hospital kese e won kran krom high the bank hospital omonje health insurance but of hospital si a o ka doctor for mo abin mo o e wo various specialists a obenya mo kolebu a unyo mo nyina awo baby am body nyina the whole country the highest level of specialists a obenya no there are some specializations are oko UGMC kolebu o mo
you don't mean it.
Oh yes. There is a specialist here, your friend, interventional radiologist. Omo ye nkrofo a to say stroke bi wo ho nya. Ombetimi aye procedure wo wutiri mu a ye mbie wutiri. Okay. Ombetimi anya heart attack, ombetimi aye bibi afa ho a sebi even obakra model tuna many gynecologists be dey san kamaye operation abi eniyem ombetimi the wires bi afa wontini mu akoye similar thing na ye mbie wo mu Ghana ho nyina ye wo two nyina so kolebu.
Wow.
What I say. So kolebu your hospital bia oba enipa a o ma ben a o ma sua de akwa in terms of specialists the whole country can hospital there you have to kolebu konfanochi ebe born homodi attend to kolebu all the other teaching hospitals near edi kanya ye wo specialists multi specialists in all the areas kolebu. So if you are referred from some baby amabodi na ka se bra kolebu na odo na kolebu ka se yentime njowa na wo kwen
yentime njo no because yentime show but baby a obeda I never show the bi no na wo kwen na say indirect ya chance ko fie ko
go a dey say ya re kitwe bi e mo bi direct wrongly e mo aba kolebu. So it means that to achieve sir no bed na be yefi ho kra no other hospitals nina must be able to hold the area anu nyedi na nye ye den na bro so no omo de no aba kolebu obi di normal malaria ebe di kolebu mpa wa ha adwen
okay
but what you say because malaria e bit na hwe polyclinic man polyclinic bit na hwe other hospitals bit na hwe but if you have a complication of malaria to a level a doctor need me hwe ha e was what do bakole but we should be able to strategize the healthcare system say at such a high level of referral no we do what no be an control say mpan what I say I also want to see a kolebua yen aye ejuma wo ho ne patient wo ba ho will be very proud of a kolebu that is better than ne yakoshi
but this empany ho no na no a Dr. Jehua betena but just 2 days ago betena no can be say there was a time on one kasa de na kwada ba ko hospital odru ho no almost say empany ho but later na necessary doctor bi hu say you no musu doc empa on no mo mani bi enti ankoyo no doctor and company woni pa na nko
ho na me keka ko say
okay
me pese ye hu another kolebu a wo ko kolebu a ehia so be fro obi a obi pie ho no so yo hiani so yo skeni so ye doctor so ye cleaner so ye teacher so ye wine you should get the best chance of surviving. But what I say, ebia obi ho na yare o de baye no oye den ya nipa ne bewu. But say yare ni yare you have a chance of surviving. You should get the best chance of it. It doesn't matter nipa odie. And that will work for say enobe ye adwuma no. Ye hear a change in staff attitude, ye hear more equipment and resources, ye hear more improved capacity in terms of bed. So that time we started Kolebu, no 200 beds. 1923 and the Kolebu has over 1,500 to 2,000 beds. What I say, so the capacity of the hospital has increased, but infrastructure na nkasanso no enso sa. So the hospital is overwhelmed with the numbers. And the man no bed ni ban. But nipa suban so ka ho. Suban of the workers no is also part. And so people need to improve their attitude and give of their very best. And so we need to create environment that while we hear more, you'll be very proud. So we hear more. You should be happy working there. And no, if you do UGMC, or say, me hear more can and German can pay because environment near fair. If I'm not crab for no crown, they are called to our mortuary last week as a board. In fact, this week, yes, you do ho, and near my year, we're not happy. What I say. So we need more crowd. So you should be proud say woko ejuma. That means we have to improve the ambience, the environment and everything there. Na ma patients na ninji. Ejuma enfo so eninji. Obi aba na ejuma mo ya fair. People is excited. Na ko ejuma wo hia we eni ho. Wo hia we eni ho.
You do an environment near very nice the my crowd charge you cry you. You who no me wo ho that kind of how will see nipa na obetua.
You know, obetua.
What the system na be mo wa yeduma. The biggest challenge we have our Ghana has the system.
Yeah.
And whenever obi be sorry say I will fight the system. The system will rather fight
you. Yes.
Now society no so support the system no.
Yeah.
Say system no nyere. And anytime obi be na say or correct wrong doing you know.
Yeah.
Na system na shall say fighting.
Yes.
You know ABI there bet mama why different kakra ne say you've been there before. 1 year juma so you know all the leakages and areas be connect normal be how a system ne year juma. And e be bet mama survive and how be succeed. If not the system will fight you.
Me nka se my age more hon pen inte be things are simple aba me. Ukokai Professor Frimpong Boati. Wa ye juma Kolebu no akasa start a cardio center. Ye the CEO, I did find in Yase no. He wrote the book said Taming the Monster, Managing Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Ukokai book na don't say really sometimes it's almost like taming a monster. But me nka se me kwa metimi aye bibi. Na me ka se nyame ncha de ya man new CEO ye friend Dr. Yakubu Adam no ye head of Kolebu Eye Department, one of the finest eye surgeons ayewo. We have a board of very competent people like His Excellency Achusi Yenyina ye di adwin ebebom nyahwe ne betimi aye. And we are hoping that the reset now we can also reset the attitude, the hopes and aspirations of workers our work.
CEO no so yet more open.
Okay. No, your head of department until you be CEO.
Okay.
Yes. So we are hoping that you na be can boom. Now the new wave of change are a blow or mine na yes so. Nyentimi hospital no senior ye man. I told some of the staff said hospital no. And you bro. Because you can become a patient tomorrow. Remember, you will be money now, so I believe in the system. My family baby uncle, if I'm not well, I'll be treated there. So we should build a system you be proud of. And that requires all of us to come in. But because a minimum will be benefiting from the rot in it, you expect that they will fight you back. If you are trying to correct it, they will fight you back. But you're trying to but we are hoping that you for Bekasa, for people to see reason. And then once there's also a general wave, say reset to our mind, we must reset our health systems. And that will mean that was saying pull away to crowd be a bon just to make life a bit better.
How do you want to solve that no bed syndrome now? How are you going to solve it? Are you going to talk to private sectors? I mean, we'll be appealing to some of them, say maybe a BSB or more. How are you going to do that?
Okay, so first thing is to solve that problem no, I will say improve it on your referral system.
Okay.
Part of it in Kolebu is from outside Kolebu. So I will say you engage with hospitals that won't cry, hospitals that were outside of Ghana, outside of Accra. We say people will be bringing someone when you accident, the spine, untimi home, sani pan, I was so nyampa. Into would be malaria, and now a urinary tract infection, Edinburgh tomb pass on us or no tea. Sani pan with my friend another hospital. But to be a conya accident, the tanya problem, Kolebu pen a bit in a na se sani panent me nrakolebua wa hadwin. So that means that I was say engage other hospitals that were around Nina. No be
going to do that through the health minister and I said because want to mean so
the health minister
now call be a polyclinic and new one say so how are you going to do that?
We are going to do that through the Ghana Health Service. Okay. Director General of the Ghana Health Service. They know Munina Bekasa. The other board chairs of the various teaching hospitals in the enemy in Nancy Bekasa, and with the help of our minister leading the whole charge, because also they put and they say he will make a difference in the health system. Into Somalia or Kache, we should make sure that at least the environment will be sightly, the place will be better, quality will be improved for young Krofunina. So we need that intersectorial collaboration. Say the bois. Referring system in particular, ministry is working on a referral policy which may be launched very soon. Okay. And to address all of it, we should use IT to help. Why can't you have a situation so we a doctor or mamobi who person refer patient who bet me a system be so no what she said the whole Accra patient and person refer me what type of bed na nipa here and he may be
what type of bed
yes because see you can't bed that, you can't no bed and yeah, say a bed no work no bed no means so much idea moment yes
when they say bed I will call you don't call to so no bed near day
baby kwaminya you can't no bed we should have a full session on it.
Yes,
so you can't no bed a hospital any Kolebua like a referring hospital. It can mean say you do nipa if you fear I could be a mamobi no catch us no better. It could mean say ya rena ukrano e be a doctor na obeye ni ho adwuma no oni ho onya bi wo ho no mo into agine to okra nipa no bewu do be catch us say this oko e could he say oba baby say Kolebu na ka say no better e be to ba say even at that place e bia nipa no hia moja bi oni sa moja ni bi okase o jini panato we chi ya ko hwesa moja ni nyina it will be bad for patients no the back catch say ntimi jini pana wa fa ne ko ha e betimi ahwe ni pana in the judgment of nipa na we receive you no. So it is either the kind of specialist needed to work on the patient is not there. If you say operational doctor no wo ho nipa obewo pana mo wada na wonti abe operation e fe na anesthetist no e bia oni bi. So we no ni ho a obeka cho say ntimi njo ha ebi mpo betima your operation no but we are empower do better so no. It's different from empower, but that's what's my operation.
Yeah.
When operation where there you need ICU bed. Yeah, you say it's operation you we are want me home. This is a machine at home now. Not so we need ventilator or catch us a no bed because on the operation in we and found to ambulance when they're paying for people so do baby. So the no bed has a lot of meaning.
So no bed.
It will be to have.
And then come watch it.
Aye, it is the one back
watch it.
Oba kolebu, me aka say no bed. Ebia bed a we hear a bed a hear oxygen. Nipa ntimi nhome. So I was say a man of oxygen. Until you may have a normal bed, but oxygen no. And now you may have the person needs a ventilatory support. I was said in the call ICU. Ya jini wo ho a wonya sa bed ni bi mano. Na che so wogina atina sa hwe na amana eden amanewu. Until in the hospital we have normal bed for patients who are tried green. Problem be ni ho empower bed so. Your patient that moje tu no here other interventions the bed or that's way different. Your patient want to me I was a machine and home manu. The bed or no so that's so different. And the kind of bed is a complex of factors. And to address this no in a big hospital like Kolebu, that means say you have to have a way. If it is ICU, you must increase the ICU capacity. Or if you have only 10 ICU beds, that's the ICU beds in IMR. There can be beds at the emergency. Or catch any pan said there's no bed because what you need to wa now was so need two machines wouldn't be. And it's unethical as a doctor to know say won't me managing the panel. We need no the panel. No agino at all. So if there's another place and you can be to
where do you think Ghana has a people abra Kolebu any BTS?
Good. So Ebia Kolebu will be need the IMA. Oba ICU bed say ya. Oba kono UGMC on betima ICU bed. Oko 37 on bewa ICU bed. Oko Rich Hospital on bewa ICU bed.
Bank of Ghana
bewa ICU bed. There are even private hospitals. Bia.
It is a maritime home.
Now omo ICU bed. Okay. Until the nipa nim say we do to a wonya sa empana obe catch us ko baby a on bed there anya sa empana no. But that must be stopped. We must make sure say ye increase capacity no. ICU should not be in only one unit in Kolebu. Maybe it's a maternity say we should have another ICU at maternity with ventilators. I pay for mo here some of that machines ye do matter. On by your operation general surgery na de do matter pediatric ICU or say wo but so there are several interventions I would say here, equipment support here to make sure that we can stop this because ICU bed baby but a doctor for a nurse for bed no so we need to pan we need critical care nurses who didn't back to ICU beds nurses also the whole time. Also doctor trying to share because nipa ntimi home ontimi ndane ontimi nyehwe oda ho from anapa ko se nwume na obi andane na obeba na wanye kro nechi. So that they need high level of dependency on health workers. Into nipa ba no can consume 5, 6, 10 of your workers.
One person
will all be focused on that person. But obi a odi malaria by the doctor back with my friend nurse back on the panel oko obi o die ICU no you may need 3 nurses, you may need an anesthetist, you may need all those people around.
So now that I was explaining into details to say no bed doesn't mean say be a bed in the home.
Yes,
but watch it you know now you feel say okay a bed into the na cry and contribution to my and they be a come na number who say bed na obi ya na ma to be about betchum. How are you going to solve that? So because the emphasize a doctor any ho and I say oxygen any no and I say how are you going to solve it?
So Kolebu say a bad doctor for a bad nurse for now they are usually we are not in shortage. Near boy a high kakra about near high kakra a critical nurses are be bring no laboratory. Because of your conditions, the brain but more are being trained. But what we need more, a space for that high level care. ICU beds, we need more and I make us we need more units even open with ICU. Now for one place pe. Then and I make us we also have to make sure say cases are answer or more back no. Hospitals and keto bit me social cases muno. Omo so mumu. No one
in here me pa na also on Ghana Health Service for Casa Director General no more can
exactly.
Until they will go to the hospitals and educate them on us saying
no they already do
because we say obetima ko share nurse if we be o me fa na say polyclinic baby. Nurse for no be kra omo hwe wo ya de na no. They are not even serious about whatever you're talking. Open or no in this kind. Don't can't say intimation. Kwahasi.
So me ignore baby or Ghana ha. Me person me body. But that's we be na me ejuma no. Na edu weekend ah. Hospital say why around me na. Udu ya ni akase bra main hospital. Udu ya ni akase bra main hospital no. Because by weekend no nkofo nyina tukwa ban kan. No maja ho. Ejiwe ko no nipa obewo panel ko. Obewo no we no ebi cry oh ochina ye ko yi ye mpese bet na ayese. But that attitude must change. And that attitude now change, is critical. So the beya obi abaye nejuma say the wose oye nejuma. That requires supervision. And oba baby you can't 24-hour economy. His Excellency see all day by year. Obi so in the health sector there's always 24 hours.
There's someone running 24 hours.
Yes, but it's not complete. It's not complete. Emergency near 24 hours. But normal outpatient hospital be 24 hours.
Last 2 weeks, and an Ajubaya one, and I'm a rush Akwadabi no called private hospital be around Pupias. We do almost a doctor, and or Munti, and yes, and you know, nurses need added that, or more that OPD, Nkunyano, so doctor, and just quickly, the Russian Panama, then the bar is this St. John's.
St. John's, yeah.
So that meaning said that hospital 24 hours is not working there. You go doctor anymore.
So we need doctor around the clock.
That time.
Doctor hospital only doctor around the clock.
Okay.
But about the beauty saving Kolebua.
Me patrol, I'm for the patrol number near 0244013240. Message up as on farm 0244013240. Obiama me message me from outside Kolebu, but I'm a health worker. I say the IT he is talking about is not stable. We say no okay, and has his so say pediatric ICU. He said tell him that the place light okay that one they are there maybe as I was saying it's number 0244013240. Mama person more sending in messages. Remember my home council now. More friend more be sending question. Oh baby but still you make keeping my house still there no oh yeah but no what by there my time kakra.
Yo so the can say obi wo ho to say we a journalist. Upon ejuma anajo 8 year. Ebia o BP was person ko ju wedru. I want to call any government hospital. So we could do any I just say yeah. Okay. We can do that. Okay. And make it such that cooperating conform ye juma obi wo ho te kaso ye juma akra obepon ha bedu fie no nti da ni pen be kaso ko clinic akọ jim na edu keke o.
Very
just wa jai juma no wa ji permission as one juma akọ jim edru. But there are people or BP or diabetes but so be akọ jim edru. Adenti na ye ntimi run clinic anajo. Ubetimi abuki say media Wednesday 10 o'clock na back clinic abe chichiri mensa imagine
like PM
it should be possible. I don't also be about
but it's not happening this time.
It's not happening yet. You only go to hospital at that if it's an emergency. There's a difference between emergency services and outpatient services. Outpatient ni yare ni yare she bibi obi wo chronic yare they be okojine dro obi o diabetes okojine dro or yare a ko hospital o san ko fie ye nje won to ho no. Those are the normal outpatient cases I here describe. Into wo kon akoju obi bi keke no abafie wo be ko hospital kese mo wa machi abeda ho after line sa obedu hospital by 5 am we on the line obe fie enumre better ebi obe fie enumre 5 because omuni na be ba na Kolebu has started using appointment system. So the yeah, back clinic and say banapa. But the Ghanaian is not used to it. Ya catch and say clinic me we are crano or so come to man better one time. What's why but to no aba. But outside will be a yesa. O back clinic, I show time. By 4 o'clock, about 4 o'clock. Now, doctor, what time has no train, so you don't waste so much time in the hospital. We do a near show now.
But I did not ask you to call my number. Me say a message. If you were question, be just send a message. I was how we say no so now. Me no need call live on top 103.1 30 minutes after 8. Me ne Professor Titus Kofi Bayu. Kwelebu board chairman and I'm in the command or say a member of parliament MP or Lambusi constituency and I'm in the command resetting agenda system and I di home command and ya agenda tamper because for another we say the consume command I feel crying ya share ase aye babidi eti ene ya woka say mo start to be appointment time and a day and a date and nipa ne de beba no eno na nye emergency case bi no
there be emergency
be obeji well draw
yes and now be who doctor
don't just get up and come you better sure say oh there na be ene ochina this time so and are you sure say time be appointment time be obeba to doctor there
no yeah the hospital now share time am just say or train you know so we have to do that in multiple places say yeah nipa emma we see so much time at our hospital on our health committee of parliament we tour around the country your hospital they've already started running this now they do the clinic outpatient clinic some to 8 p.m. some to 10 p.m. Until up to that point any emergency crana which my hospital akoji we do an doctor.
Okay.
And Tebia won't feel fine, Papa, but it's not an emergency. You should be able to call and book an appointment with a doctor. Emergency need there anytime 1 a.m. no do hospital be cry and only emergency. We say most hospitals the OPD no by 5-6 p.m. you are closing.
Yeah.
But the emergency but all we are saying is that we should be able to even run those OPD.
OPD cry no. Say anaduni na. You have to be there waiting for be obeba.
Yeah, sha. You know some coffee beba. Utimi yani sa.
One beti ma sorry aba Kwelebu. Me yare me ni appointment or me call hospital be am sorry am say me call Kwelebu. A month 4 years and one it
ne papa mu no ense se obia timi sorry aba Kwelebu.
Just like that.
No. Obaba Kwelebu a I was say work hospital. And my doctor who say I was so about Kwelebu na obe hu specialist. Kwelebu wo polyclinic. I know dear obia betimi asori akọ straight. But Kwelebu inside and Kasankasa dear clinic, the hospital is organized in specialized units. Into wo bahwa I was say one who doctor will baby a doctor now who say we are ready I was so Kwelebu. Ye ni sam rano so a and the money probably break.
Na say emergency so
emergency you should go to the closest hospital. I ben no matter. If it is an emergency, that's a Kwelebu na
accident.
That's a mass casualty, and the hospital be a bed but so Kwelebu they do a better.
Okay.
Emergency by rule and say we do hospital be our be cast sandwich. Or say show.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is that when we say Kwelebu emergency. So obi so anapa anacho beti pa me ntimi na now sorry now they aba Kwelebu. Ye be show but I say what be dam pa no so na ye hwe no. At the same thing ebi anke bit ma hwe polyclinic no because of you ebi obi refer obi efi techiman aba Kwelebu
wa hanipan because baby obo occupy what can occupy abranka wo de no so no bit ma hwe polyclinic
ntin kan papa mu ko baby a ben wa doctor show no ka say we die Kwelebu eno kra no wo ko no ye ni se bi kra wo ba correct obe france and wa nti ya CCH etwen wechi twen nti be du ya na
but normally answer na doctor be refill na say o alert sa doctor
normally also or alert
hospital also be ba
obe free if I do free ambulance on be fa patient from a hospital and call the next hospital there's no way ambulance in the because this will make to say at the hospital no nim so wa friend yes because baby I would done enye hwe kra no
wo baby da
yeah sure by ya who's abro also for them to be managing dance so we can say more
you want to come na do wuchi ye nya baby
ye fa onko okay and na wo kwa we say omuso o kwa akosu omuso no omuso omusiesie omu ho etwen o nti bia their friend me the patient way ba o hia say enti yes be yes ahombani nyina quick
chese no
yes
e wo kwelebu ebi nye me na me nuati a no kan yes wo akọ ho na wo de malaria ko ye be se wo we na de malaria free ho eba ade
who say over the years investment was say yeah this share health system no we have not been able to do that much. Uko maternity block and no can who assemble they are doing a renovation our maternity block was a sia or kolebu or kakakra no ma paint to home. There are some new things on where kakra. It will take time because the deterioration over the years no adults. Yeah, Danny Bo cry and if a permanent cause a book crying is in the for, but when the any honor. He said a arbitrary. Until gradually we work to improve most of them. We work to improve them. The infrastructure there is lagging behind. Now, the population Kolebu was built for has quadrupled, if not increased by 6-7 fold. But the infrastructures have not increased that much. In terms of pressure, about the facilities no so. I don't know my problems in
Maybe my main car we say enhancing Kolebu Teaching Hospital ambience. Interesting conversation with Prof Titus suggesting consider relocating pavement hawkers from the exit gate near the administrative block. But my main car I say let me finish. I may taking it again. Also suggesting consider relocating pavement hawkers from the exit gate near the administrative block to the total filling station. Recall how Dr. Frimpong Boateng previously relocated them to a new market near the Trotro taxi station. Unfortunately, they have returned, making the area look untidy again. Me names I want to wrap more. Are the hawkers go home?
Na home be no hawkers wo but omunni inside na nkasa omu wo exit gate na nchen
what's your friend Christian Lamte exit gate no
aye
omo say pavement bi enya ho na Rebecca
Rebecca fin honum na wo pie na aha hono na o kire no
hono dey no omo beton no ma ho na
oh say it's like once a bus stop be where enyim ho
yes
aha and on that road na me so mo tonton nyama because patients are moving in and out nti omo to ho eton mo nyama and it's unsightly. I agree with him say idea was a because I mean you may want to sell your wares but not
meaning say every year
yeah
you can't structures in one this year every year munya budget right from finance and I'm now getting that budget basically is meant for what?
Because a budget in there is like any government institution budget. The first part of it compensation, wages and compensation. I did workers and on a bunch of directly. A bunch of workers directly. Okay. And a bit kakra or more from IGF staff, internally generated staff, internal hospital need chow more. Then there is budget for goods and services. Obi the drobe bro, obi the cleaning agent be bro, obi the webe bro, and no your services. And anyama obi to top, and also home budget wo. And sana your budget for capital expenditure. To say be amu pese musi dine bi na de. You budget for all those. And they do
when you budget for that one, the more the kwama abai.
Your budget has to be approved.
Yes. By government.
Yes.
Right.
In fact, you have to go and defend it before the parliamentary selection.
Yeah, you have the board have
the CEO
come
yes.
Obey defending what your friend is a
Parliament.
Health committee.
Yes.
Select committee.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It is all defending what we know most get too more.
Yes.
Now Omar Pisca no more approve the amamo.
Yes.
So let's be real here because you are being real. Kolebu IGF. Would you underrate that one? Muyes kapa. Are you telling me say IGF ni sika no? Staff bi Kolebu na afa no. E na mudi tu omoka.
Debi. IGF ni ye niam bebre.
Ebi ni dey here
apart from the staff. IGF no bi tua endro ben. Drugs are different patients no.
Any government provide these drugs?
Debi
drugs are modern patients who work with Lebuno. And the government will provide it.
And the government, I guess the government already saying.
Maybe so.
Well, Uba, so patient, you can IGF. Obi da ho wahwe no health insurance
bi ahia ye da nya mu ji esika yetua to the for health insurance
ne obetua no e bia wa ye card e betua ni nyina e bam so utua na se ye du a e be ko into a drug fund adrodie no
okay
your account was specifically for eno enti obi a obre ye duro no eni bi ye go tua ni ka. So you go into a procurement process, man, comfort to come and supply hospital in Drew. Almost supplier, you use that to pay. Yes.
Hospital.
Yes. So hospital no near are buying a Yema hospital no. The buildings are there. They are paying the salaries of all the workers and graciously some of the heavy equipment now. Hospital 19 tonne. Buying so a talk
that is not all the time.
Not all the time, but because we need to say during the elsewhere administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there was National Medical Equipment Placement Program. Into heavy equipment is a MRI, CT scan, fluoroscopy. Sa nyama wo to ba ku pe see ebetumi for sika ni nyina
that one
into binumu no na ban asom na wato na wachicha ma hospitals no. But your day to day running parasite everybody people ho cleaning ye even now electricity these are hospitals now obetua so sometimes but na money na mo say na ECG for some ko disconnected hospitals
meaning pa me aware
now the facilities are being
so are you telling me
yes
IGF for Munya Wokolebu teaching hospital can't cater for all these things? The way you say Mwaketria de Abanyafa.
Yes.
Meboa. Mwaketria every month Abanyafa Moka. So the IGF for Munya me person me fa de bin show sir. Just do it for me.
Yeah.
I want to see the me fa say afin query. Obetuma pinti Kwalebu amaye. Abranya aban na abaye. Can you do that?
Yeah, be boy your homework.
Through IGF.
Yeah, boy your homework. IGF can do a lot. Kwalebu administration block Gina ho. IGF no mo this year. The dank Senate wonina. IGF no more this year. Don't film from watching time. So IGF can do a lot, and we are determined. This new board, the new CEO, is determined to make sure that we increase the IGF and use it to transform the hospital.
Who be increasing IGF?
Not like you're increasing the patient bed trial.
Ah, okay.
But we mobilize more. For instance, if
leakage is a remuneration, that's a tucha.
Oh my tucha. No be a reabi. It's a electronic payment system.
And I'm finding very important things.
Exactly.
And you be unnecessary things.
And be improving the quality of service and for beji. Baby and pebetina. I can film. All those things should be better. What you IGF can help, but I don't want us to leave here thinking that IGF a hospital generating can do everything for the hospital.
No.
Because I say the more IGF will generate, you are spending money to generate that IGF.
Who's spending money to generate IGF?
Of course, I've just told you that. Obeto grow na what ton no one IGF. Obeto services no what ton no one IGF. So if your environment is not nice, obi mbe wo kolebu obaka ko wo baby
ampa
nipa ne be wo kolebu a na obenya ska akra obi desire about honor for antenatal care and obenya ska akra. So you must create a very good environment. Every man nipa will be happy to come to your hospital. That's when that IGF can go up and make sure that people are not stealing, people are not cheating the system. That's kind of a ban, and that one I'm using and find BB. But if you take the IGF in Kolebu and you take the IGF in a smaller hospital, Kolebu's IGF may be 10 times or 100 times the IGF in that hospital. The same way it's not Kolebu expenditure will be
more than
exactly.
That one is true. That one is
true. You can say, look, sorry.
The idea
maternity 6 floors. Somebody is cleaning everywhere, mopping. It's not the same.
I never know my IGF and also Etimaya more. They say, making sure say a lot of adrenals, Mubamiato, Nayam Koto outside.
Correct. And no be. It's the some of the things. So you want to make sure so what's talk of pharmacy ni or be of baby only doing now here.
We here do a seco.
Will laugh. No be Kolebu. No, some man kata say, ko baby for kocha scan. Kocha X-ray. Nti the CEO this week or see he wants to
what's the room was on your for cry.
Yeah, try.
I want your cry.
Yeah,
who mean show
and yeah, no pay and meet me endoscopy cry on yet. Nina,
Nano so me wo Chad then ward honoma and no public say yeah yes I story no. Now you are off 2 hours. Now
so it is one of the things that look much for friend.
There was a or show different nina.
You're sure. I said off pro.
All to one say I'm off one.
And I just said standby generator at hospital. And but it's shot. Into for hospital in our enter so the toss of na do. Then you have to put it the essential areas and comfort that ICU now you put those ones on it while you try to manage the other side. So it's a whole
thing. Is corruption and Kolebu is like 5 and 6.
5 and 6 I said the same.
I said I can't 5 and I will be 6. The corruption no Kolebu there. And when ko Kolebu stores. Na normal no so ko ho no na man for so the year aduma out there na e just like that
CEO o tie we nyina see etie e be hwe ne be
na me to say the washa say no only media nkasa more day in and out no e ba sa wo ho aduma no kra ye easy the mount
ampa
and enye bibia na esu yehu ya na ke bia e betima ko ya isa no se ba betina ha ka ye be frem na e chem so say we obi usu nsem e ba Ghana for well media obi anje mo hwe e bibia anje mo hwe
da bi
ye na ye bo man no
ye nyina hospital
yes ye bo man no
o se chaso bi sa se dent na e ko ahefo nchen omo na omo wo ho bibia ekosubia omotin sema wo wonti
ahefo na wo
yes because they have workers omo nkofo around the community omo fi ho and people go to complain to them nti ya kan ya catch omo say look hospital ye nyina ye dia wo yo hene wa sa assess na hospital yi si so or bibi wo ho na what say the hospital no ko na we ni nka fine ne che yi aso openyi kwan ya wo twai hwe wechi achi about e bia wo hu ye. And you need such critical stakeholders to make sure so me akowenim. So I would say media, you are a friend to Kolebu Momwaye, but Kolebu has a good name that we must project. Kolebu is doing wonders, but they biano Kolebu bar story spend a year.
Said them ye who no.
Good is my good no so. The time you done.
My mama chief for me say question kakra. Why? My just be 5 minutes. From a doctor call enti Fresesia na yin komo 0303 944 864 0303 944 6864. Challenge Ben na Kolebu a wo catch board chairman and na yede na ma no na onko correct na mind. He's ready to do the job. Help him to succeed. Na emo Ghana for ina. Hello, good evening. It's saying
good evening, the governor.
Tohani. Alex, mami mo be 10 seconds na yenko.
Pacho, kache ne say doctor for na ho. Omo na ni ko mo. Last ba ku ma me wrong prescription ma me ba. Me nyame ya omku me ba no. Enti omo na ni ko doctor for no pa. Ala ni for.
Unshira won so. Hello, good evening. Let's say
the governor.
Sir.
Remember, and son of Ham. Libiani evangelist the choosing one, aka no justice, no peace.
Oh, you're heavy. I mean, too.
Okay, take you to matter. Oh, maybe come up. Now I do. No, Miss Remo. Siciano, Bola, and Minigana.
Calculable as a Bola.
Sanitation.
Challenges a war na doctor solve my.
Sanitation. Another
Mate. Mame Mate. Tabidi hu juma edi amount. Hello, good evening. Let's say
hello, good evening, Governor.
Uni ayankwe.
Governor Megame. Yena you pronounce wa church and chimu bebre. Na kaka me tell say Isiano ene obekasa ene ya se nyomi bi ase nti e be sire ayama education no emra bontentem na yenso yentu bi ase ana afin so bi nso a also abide the so Muma. Minister, any president, as on Tina, or Muntua, and fast papa, and free hospital. Not in one and a half bottom. You think something to man and feed you. Yes, yes, the from Medasi.
Yeah, that's it. So, hello, good evening. Let's say.
I say a poor book or where you think I saw a package as a pen and do it. Already, the double or penny at my best about you, dog will tell you. Na yɛbɛ srɛ dɛ wɔn na internet sɛ wɔkɔle bi no ho wɔn kasa nyɛ dɛ baako koraa sɛ bi a wɔyɛ wɔn bɛ nya ntoboaseɛ no wakasa no wɔn nya ntoboaseɛ o kasa kyerɛ ni ha nti ɛsrɛ wɔn nyɛ ɛhɔ na ne washroom sɛ wɔkɔle bi ɛnɛ mɛ question baako de ma no mɛ kyerɛ ɛdi yɛn ti na ɔbaa politics sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔboa ɔman no ana ɔpɛ sɛ ɔboa ne man fo ɛdi yɛn ti na ɔbaa politics mi da se.
So boy mine and no boy no man for which is switch 0303944864 doc my so omre na I be ready my how pa but my fa callers no moon jai na you better you send the number mo fan chem say no meba I'm one door so course no back na we say
yeah so
also dey tell me about
politics yo e be beside me say doctor there e ba dey say e da be the politician. And I make us say, Nina Macrona. It's about say, oh, soon nipa. Make us say, as a doctor, me will consulting my soon nipa. Me will theatre, me you preach me for. In politics, in the policy space, meet me a one intervention, a bit me a boy, nipa baby, sing and come here.
So, yeah, doctor, and I come about the catch room.
Exactly.
Problem do I never be board chairman. Yes, master of all quality, but by a doctor who wouldn't
you come into me.
Because policy na day, so now that in our Bahano, Obetima solve more problems than say, or yet doctor Wohonum.
Exactly.
Or Dr. Baboni Patena here, he can help Nipa thousands. It's one of the reasons in here. Nyamene de na ba be hye ho nyamene de na ba be do ye da say to nsa fro ba ye
mi da se na me nka se mi da mase for kwanye na me nka se ye sra manfo nyina ya botre ye mboa ne reset ye nyina ye man no and that reset must start from ankra bia yes ya kuma mu ye suban ya dwen ye ka se ye o man ni ye na say yes here reset o man no na say won kwa de ne wo pese o dada mu ana wo a enkoye nti yema yenya abotre kakra ema aban no but on our own o sorry de bia bisa ho say yes here ye Ghana foforo the day na mesu de
na won so wo ya wa na edu anumra na obisa say day ne de na
me fita na pa ebesi ne de na maye ne different ameka say we die aboa oman no edu a odwun kwan ho but at the end of the day say ye
boa wo bo Manchester braban mu ansa
dey
ebi a wo fie kura wo fichire gata bi a obetima titi ama nso be flu
all la bi a wo to trotro mu a wo kura abi yo se to fato kromo to form na want to no udufia bonsama ho so why ya de wa boa oman you don't know maybe sometimes ye dream the long term effect of near no but at the end of the day a high nyina by empomudin na we are out to serve nkofo mesre nkofo mu yedma empomudin aswaye a nurse for a doctor for dream say we na we patient na near wo person ka ye nyema wo ye manipa
oko kawet crew kakra oko sorry
we call Pope John we call Catholic school pa
oko sorry
we call ICGC
do a church in the one ko bi
we call church in the pa
a Catholic
we call Catholic na me ya yourself
o se bi kra ICGC we your man from Ketwa ni biara
Bajo David
we na play o pa sorry
make a medical team
medical enope
enope
why ni bibia o
me nya time na ye kwape by said the time ni ho iti ni me dey ba cho ba me try wa
bomba ye magana na ye sir ye bomba
yo oba de oman Ghana ehye wonsa ye de mpanyifo nyina ehye wonsa ye de man panyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye de na be de chire Her Excellency Professor Kwabena Owusu Agyemang, Speaker of Parliament, mpanyifo we Ghana ha nyina, judges, lawyers, parliamentarians and the ordinary Ghanaian, every person who mind we nation nsa nana boyen ɔman no afa ne ntoma pa ɛfra boyen na yansan yɛ chi ka akra